Hey, this is David with Guide Recommended. I get to go to a bunch of fly fishing shows, and I sell leaders. I sell them online too. One of the things everybody asks me is loops on the leader. So some of them I have loops, some of them don't. I never really thought about it that much because a loop is so easy to tie. There's something called a perfection loop. So before we get into that, stay tuned. I got weekly videos coming for the next year. I'm committed to doing this for a year. Eventually, I'm going to talk to you about a fly fishing class. I might invite folks from the subscriber base, in fact, I probably will, to come and we'll do a class together out on some water, catch some fish. So anyhow, let's get into it. Perfection loop. I'll demonstrate, we'll show you with some close-ups of my hands with this knot again, with fly line and with leaders themselves. But let me show you right now. So perfection loop. You're going to get I like to get about 8 to 10 inches. Loop it around, making that loop behind your hand. So again, go around one loop with the loop in behind. I'll show you in the close-ups. Again, I'm just describing. Wrap it around, make another loop, pinch it, and then between the two lines, don't worry, we're going to do some close-ups. Draw your line back through, right? Grab that second loop, pull it, and that is the perfection loop. It's a nice straight loop. You'll notice, the line to the loop is nice and straight. I'll have a link to what's called a double surgeon's loop, which is a fast one to tie, particularly if it's dark. But this is the standard loop that you're going to get. Quick, right? Trim it off, right? I like to use nail knot tool with that rounded side and pull it tight. All right, so let's get into the close-ups of the perfection loop. If you remember, we just tied it here, right? So let's demonstrate again with a piece of fly line, easy to see, 8 to 10 inches when you're starting. When you get better at this knot, you can do it with a little bit less. This rear section, once we unravel this, the rear section of a leader is pretty thick. So there's that's like 25-pound, 30-pound test. They call that the butt section of a leader. Thick material, you can clip off a little bit. You're not going to damage the leader by clipping that off. So, all right, 8 inches. Just some light here. 8 inches. Form a loop. Form a loop with the line behind. Again, form a loop, line behind my finger. So facing away from me is this way, right? So I got a loop. Wrap around, right? Wrap around, smaller loop. This guy right here is going to be what ends up becoming your loop in the line. Take your line through the middle. Oh, let's do that again. Through the middle, right? Here's my loop. Here's my through the middle. Again, if you can, pinch that down with your, right? Reach through, grab that little loop. Let me demonstrate. Reach through, grab that little loop, draw it tight. That is the perfection loop, right? Trim it close. And then I like to use, again, like I was saying, the nail knot tool. Pull it tight, using that rounded edge so you don't put kinks in it. Strong knot. So a lot of saltwater fishermen use this knot for their loops. You can use this for the loop-to-loop connection. Let's demonstrate the loop-to-loop. Through, right? So pretend this is the leader. This is your fly line. Through. Bam, bam. That is a loop-to-loop connection. Nice and small, so it'll fit through the guides of your fly rod. All right, let's do it on a leader. So, again, leader. So let's unravel this guy. I'll probably get this all mucked up. It was wintertime. I'm getting ready to prep for spring steelhead fishing. Okay, so we got our leader out. Good prep type of thing is to always kind of draw it out and stretch your leader a little bit. It'll perform a lot better. Heating it up a little bit, pinching it in my finger, in between my finger and thumb. Draw that guy out, pinching, pulling. A little bit of stretch to it. Okay, see if we can do this so you can see what's happening, right? Again, that 8 inches, form a loop behind, right? So the tag end went behind the standing line, right? Make a loop around, pinching it. So here's the first loop, second loop, right? Draw your tag line between the two. Again, between the two, pinching it down, reach through and grab the small loop. Now right now, you hear that? I wet it, right? So that is the perfection loop to put on a leader. All right. What does it look like on a loop-to-loop connection? All right, let me get a section of fly line here. So we got my loop on the fly line, right? What I like to do is I pass it through, or pass the fly line through, right? Here's my leader, my fly line, through, right? Through. Pull your leader through, and it forms that nice loop-to-loop connection. So subscribe, like this video. I got another one coming next week. We're going to keep at this. I'm going to drive this up and I'm going to keep teaching folks how to fly fish. But perfection loop or a loop on a leader, that's a good skill to learn. Real simple knot. So, thanks.